welcome, welcome. Hi, my name is Rochelle. This is Rochelle's Canadian channel. How are you? And I hope everyone is having a good hair day. My name is Rochelle, and domo arigato komasa. And I hope everyone is having a good day. And my name is Rochelle. Rochelle Desu. So, how is everyone doing today? I thought I'd go live for the heck of it. I am having a fantastic day. Actually, no, I'm not. I scratch my nose. See? And I get a little cut. And I have a fantastic headache. But other than that, I'm doing great. I hope you can hear me. Quack, quack, quack. Meow, meow, meow. If you can hear me, let me know. Let's see here. I hope my volume is okay. Please subscribe for 1 minute and you can chit chat with me. This is an adults 18 and over chat. Am I going to get a seizure? Just give me 1 second. I don't need this problem. Okay. One sec. I'll be right back. Anyway, okay, I'm here. Don't panic. Don't panic. Okay. Hi. Take some Japan so I don't have a seizure. But think of the views. Think of the views I could have. I wonder if I could turn this off. Yeah. I don't know if I can turn it off. Hmm. I am on my own. Let's see. Let's check this. Can you hear me? I'll be right back. Forget it. It don't matter. It don't matter. So how is everyone doing today? I hope everyone is having a good day. Welcome to Tantrum Tuesday, and this is the Rochelle's Canadian channel. Hi, how you doing? Ooh. Actually, hold on. I'll be right back. I'm gonna fix something. Why can't you see me? Ugh, Jesus. Okay, let me fix the volume. Let me fix the volume. Hold on. There we go. Wow. No one was live, and then I go live, and Amzy goes live. I was very in love on YouTube, eh? Mm-mm-mm. No problem. I remember. Anyway, how's that? Well, I can mind my own business, but yeah. Anywho, hope you can hear me. You hear me? Good. Meow, meow, meow. Quack, quack, quack. Anyway, well, she was talking about minding other people's business. That's fine. So, how's everyone doing today? So, I've made a whole bunch of, uh, well, I guess you would call them thumbnails. Yeah, thumbnails to, um, well, describe what's going on. So, if I do want to talk about Sophie, though, I want to talk about Sophie. I just asked her if she was like a member of the hive. I was joking. I was joking. Boy, no one can take a joke nowadays. Hey, Adrian, how you doing, gorgeous? Can you hear me? Anyway, I was joking because out of all, I'm not a gatekeeper. I'm not a gatekeeper. One of my biggest, I guess, criticisms would be that I don't dig other people who are gatekeepers. Right? You want to gatekeep? You go right the fuck ahead. Um, it's fine by me. But well, you know what? That's a lie. That's a motherfucking lie. I'm not cool with that. I think I'm a bit loud. I'm not cool with that. I mean, you want to lie, you go right the fuck ahead. But I'm not okay with that. And I just made a joke because my big thing is you go where you want. You okay, thanks, honey. You go where you please. You say what you want. You watch what you want. You do your thing, girl. But she took it personal, and she went. And she told the bee on me. She's like, Rochelle asked me if I was in the hive. And I'm like, what? Girl, that feels like you're telling on me. Hold on, let me tell on you. Mom! My mom's not here. I live by myself. Girl, I was joking. It was a joke. It was a joke. You take it personal? It was a question. I got no problem with you. I love you so much. But um I mean, if you're gonna report on me to the bee, why? Why'd you do that? I didn't do anything to you. It felt a little icky. Oh, I don't care. It's just like I just asked the question, but I was joking. And then before I could be like, hey girl, just being like I'm just being a dick, like pardon me, like I don't mean it in any type of way. It was a question. Because I mean if she's just going in there to, shit on Jen's chest, I get it. She don't like Jen. And if the bee's talking about Jen and she's welcome there, like I get it, right? You go where you want. You go where you're celebrated. You go where you're wanted. I mean, I'm not wanted there, so I'm very self-aware. However, you want to go where you want to talk shit, and everyone talks shit on YouTube. I get that shit. But I couldn't like take it back because like I didn't see her chat anymore. I just asked her a question and she got offended. And I was like, fuck. Like, I'm sorry, honey. I apologize. Okay. I apologize on behalf of Canada too. But I was just joking. Okay. I'm sorry. But like, why you told on me is weird. I wasn't gatekeeping you. I just being stupid. I was making a stupid fucking joke. I mean, the fact you were Impalas says you're okay. I get it. I was just being a dick. Okay, honey. And you can cop a squat wherever you want. It's fine by me, honey. Anyway, so um also just asking for a friend. Hey, Billy, how you doing, gorgeous? Welcome, welcome. Um, America. Anyway, so that's all I have to say about that, because that's all the wind really needs to be let into that. Okay. I got no problems with you, girl. I hope you don't have a problem with me. Okay? Like, whoa, 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 whoa. Yeah. So, what was I gonna say? La, 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 la. Also, I know, fuck Canada, right? You know, if I had your whatchamacallit, what's it called? IG, I could send you the link and you could come up and yell at me. It's a lot easier to yell at me on old school Canada YouTube. Just saying. Um, yeah, I just went live because I do that. I don't need wingmen to help me here. I'm fine. I'm fine. Fine. What was I gonna say? Also, um, do you like my new avatar? It's Sugar Cat. She's wearing a collar. It says her name. Okay. Um, yeah. Oh, what was I gonna say? Oh my god. I have the worst. You're banned from Instagram? What the frick did you do? Ooh, Meta don't love you. Meta don't love you. You're not missing much. Um, I just use it to talk to people. Um, yeah, I just use it to talk to people. It's easier. I used to use oh, you were yucky? Uh-oh. Did what's his name? What is that dude's name? It's gone. It's gone. I have a migraine. Um yeah, like you want to see the side of like look what happens when I have a migraine and my body's like, "Do you want a seizure? I'm going to threaten you." Are you threatening me? I am Cornholio. Here, let me show you. Look at that. Oh, the top max worked. Okay, good. Thank you, Jesus. Like my face is like different color on this side. Is so thanks, honey. Yeah, when I started, this side of my face was like kind of blotchy. It's kind of going away. Took an extra topiramate because you see how this side's different and this side's kind of blotchy, but it was really bad. See how it's like red up here? So I took an extra topiramate. Yeah, yeah. And then I scratched my nose. See? My nose. Yeah, you can see it better if I go back like this. Me on my busted side of the couch is like, look, it's like busted, because this is where we sat, and I like have a sectional. So like this side of the sectional is fine. Um, but behind the sectional, like you know, behind it, the cat, my cat Chucky, when she was like little, she scratched the shit out of the back of it, and we looked at it, and I'm like, oh, she was decorating. Yeah, she's a decorator. My cats were decorators. They were interior decorators as a in a former life. Yeah, I'll do anything. I like to listen to rain. You know how you go listen to rain on YouTube? That I find that really helpful. Yeah, I had an extra topiramate, and I can't feel this side of my face very well. It's like you could just go kablam, and I wouldn't feel it. Yeah, so I'm a mess. I am officially a mess today. Mm, yeah, let's turn this off. No one needs to see my punim. It's like "Bleh." Okay. I'm bleh, bleh. Okay. Ah, la, 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 la. So, yeah, it's the weather. It's like it snowed yesterday and then rained. Oh, it is a messy see you next Tuesday, right? Yeah. I, uh I know I'm having a bad day when I can't type in someone else's chat. I'm like, "Oh, it's gonna be one of those fucking days." Great. Love that for me. I'm like, "Oh, I can't text. Hmm, well, fuck it. Yeah, fuck that noise. I don't need to text. I'll just watch. I can't even write 'em in the bushes." Oh, yeah. So, yeah, I've always wondered, just for curiosity, you know how, like, some people will, they manage to get, like, over 100 people in their chat, and I always wonder to myself, I wonder how many of those people are hate watchers. You ever wonder that? And, I don't know. It's, it's one thing to, like, have something to talk about in a live, over and over and over, and people ask me if I'm part of the drama community and stuff, and I don't really consider myself, like, a drama person because I'm not one to exhibit people's, faults, like, in 5K. Oh, yeah, well, every day is messy, right? Messy. Um, but the question is really, how messy, as a creator have I been today? I haven't been doing much of anything. I stayed home. I'm like, "No, no, I'm not doing anything." Um, yeah, no. But, you know, like, not everyone is perfect. I am not giving grace. I'm just it's not really a grace issue. It's sort of like, I'm not perfect. So, um, I'm not making excuses for anybody. Um, Not at all. But for someone to throw stones at somebody, you know, you have to realize how close are you standing to the greenhouse, or are you standing in that greenhouse? Because glass makes a lot of noise when it shatters. You can't throw stones when you're standing in a glass house. And that's why when I do drag a bitch, or I have something to say that's constructive criticism, I usually make sure that my ass was personally there and was personally involved and was in that shit. I was standing in that shit. I smelled that shit. I was involved in that shit. It personally affected me. So, um, I'm not just saying, you and you, bitch, you know what you did? Look, if I'm involved in some messy ass shit and I was involved or on a panel or someone was giving me shit while my ass was just innocently standing, typing away in the chat, and you're giving me shit, I'm like, bitch, what the fuck is wrong with you? You know? I didn't do anything to you. Or someone's just being a dick to me while they and myself are in a chat. Like, whoa, honey, I didn't do anything to you. Just chill, heal. It's not that bad. It's just the fucking internet. This is just YouTube. You'll be all right. Either go offline, take a breath, do something else, go for a walk, go out with a friend, watch a movie on TV, do something. But if you're getting that angry, if your fifis are getting that hurt, then you need to just do something else for just a little while. Because people take things online too fucking personal. Oh, not again. the YouTube wants to know, trivia night winner? No, no, no. I'm not over 65. Thank you for sharing. Trivia night winner. No, I'm not. I'm sad. Anyway, so my mother does that in her retirement home. That should say a lot. Okay, so I love my mom, but I don't go, guess what? It's Wednesday. Yay! Tomorrow's bingo and tonight is trivia night. Yay. Ugh. Anyway, I'm just trying to get my algorithm back up to snuff because you take a week off sick like I did, it screws up your analytics. Like these aren't the droids you're looking for. These aren't the analytics you're looking for because my analytics are yeah, because they're not accurate anymore. They're messed up. I don't know when to go on. But the truth is I use them as assistants. Like, when should I go on? What day is best for me? And now the answer is, uh, I don't know. So now I have to do it all over again, like I'm new. Just get sick for like 6 days and everything's fucked up. What a mess. And I have to play with it again. But mm, I mean, people rewatch it anyway because this is dinner time, and most people in Eastern Standard Time don't watch it. I didn't announce it. I didn't say when I was going live. And Amzie decided to go live. Literally, I just said I was going live. I gave 10 minutes warning, and then she just went boop. And I'm like, great. This is why I don't announce when I go live. And every time I do, but those are the breaks. I don't care. It's just proven. Like, I'm like, all right, you go, girl. Anyway, hit that fucking like button and tell the algorithm goddess I'm still worthy of your love. Whatever. So, it's amazing. It's like we don't have set times. I mean, there's no like time slot. There's no TV guide for YouTube. But just when I start to think, you know what, I'll be considerate. No, fuck that noise. Fuck that noise. So, anyway. Um, hmm. So I think, huh, should I say that? It's too early for Canada. I'm so uptight. Oh, someone texted me. Never mind. I can wait. Personal text. Anyway, so yeah, it's from all the men I supposedly text to get into their pants. Lord, yeah. The concept of projection. Let's talk about that, shall we? The concept of projection. You know, I think that what? Hold on. I'll put that in the corner for just a second. You just wait there, projection. You can just hold on. Just wait a second. I'll get right to you. Um, Dudley calls me on he's like, I show up to say hi to him, and he's like, Rochelle, will you come up here? I'm like, yeah, okay, am I in trouble? He's like, no. And I'm like, I don't know. He just was argumentative, and I was like, okay, big bad Dudley. So I don't know what was like a bee in his bonnet or something, but he was not happy. I don't know. Maybe he thought I'd get mad, or I don't know what the fuck was going on yesterday. It was very weird. And then he drops me. Like, I mean, what? Like, what the fuck? And he's like, Ramona don't like you. I'm like, what? Like, this is something I don't get. Like, why say that? That makes no sense to me. So I'm like, are you sure? And then he's like, you're turning this all about you. Pardon? About what? Look, you ask me a question, I answer you. I don't you you ask me my opinion. This isn't about me. You asked my opinion. It has nothing to do about turning things against, like, about me. That's not the way I fly, and I don't look for sympathy, and I never do that, and I don't go on people's panels looking for sympathy. I don't do that. You invite me up, ask me to answer questions, I answer them for you. That's it. I'm not mad about it. But if you keep asking me to come up and you keep dropping me, I'm not going to come up anymore. Not because my fifis are hurt. It's just like, have some manners, sir. I don't do that to people. I understand it's your house, but I'm not disrespecting you. So don't disrespect me. That's it. So I'm not going to fight with you, but don't drop me like I'm some kind of stupid bitch who's up there causing problems for you. Because I never have and I never will. And that's it. That's okay. It's your house. You do what you want. I mean, you can make all the people you want disappear like magic. Poof. That's fine. Love those magic tricks. But, yeah, I hate to break it to you, but you want to be disrespectful. That's your prerogative. That's cool. But, you know, don't invite me up just to kick me down to prove that you're in control. I know you're in control because it's your StreamYard. You can invite people up and take people down. That's the concept of StreamYard. You are in control of your channel. So I don't like power trip. I don't know. Not really the issue. But you do what you want. But don't expect me to come up. Nothing personal. Nothing personal. That's all. Anyway, so, you know, I don't treat people like that. So don't treat me like that. Because you don't treat other people like that who come up on your panel. So why do you do it to me? I mean, interesting. Because the truth of the matter is you treat me one way somewhere else and one way in public. Right. Anyway, that's fine. Um, yeah. I don't treat my friends like that. I don't treat my friends like that. So, mm, food for thought. I get control. That's fine. But there is a limit to one's between politeness and arrogance. Yes? I mean, I don't know. Because in my opinion, he kicks the trolls like he kicks me. I'm not a troll. And I've never pretended to be. So that's fine. I mean, me and Carrie stood up for him, and he kicks my ass down. And let's talk about projection, shall we? Sippy, sippy. Projection. The concept of projection is when you place, blame, label others, or call them things, names, or accuse them of things that actually the label belongs to you. Um, I find it interesting that a lot of people like to accuse other people online, give them labels, accuse them of things that are interesting, um, uh, like um Vegas Valley, like to label everyone as things that start with F and end with T. They are very obsessed with butt stuff. I have never met a group of I've never met them. Thank you, God. I've never watched guys who are more obsessed with butt stuff and accusing other men of butt stuff, and then, yuck it up and use all the profane words they possibly can, and then grift for cash apps, and then, you know, accuse other men of using other things used for butt stuff, and then use the F word that ends with T more than I've ever heard in my entire life. It is like listening to grown men who are still stuck in middle school. Guys in middle school who just made you go, ugh, you know? And now, the young man known as 111 has been arrested for trying so hard to fit in with these guys whom they have harassed, insulted, made fun of, had on their panel, who is a vulnerable adult who have, who they have grifted and manipulated, um, at one time up to $1,000 in donations, who have laughed up all about how much money they've gotten away with from this guy so he could be quote unquote accepted by these butt stuff enamored men. Um, and their girl Laura, who one live I heard them laugh it up how they had her nudes on their Discord. What wonderful friends those are. Um, hmm. Who's was arrested for basically being their minion and doing what he thought was what they wanted, and calling the popo and having other people, oh, what's the phrase? Um, well, bombarded by the authorities, shall we say. And which in America is a federal crime, is serious crime. And who knows what's going to happen to this guy, because he is a vulnerable adult. He was emotionally manipulated to do things online, um, that his parents tried very hard to keep him off of line with these people. And unfortunately, when you have an adult who is, on the spectrum, who is intellectually, you know, um, and emotionally on a spectrum, and who is a vulnerable adult, who is living at home with his parents. Um, a lot of people do live in group homes, or, adult living facilities, or, where they can get some independence. For whatever reason, he wasn't in a life skills program where he could learn how to be more aware of things out there online in public, learn about, unfortunately, what happens when people in the world are not in your best interest. Life skills programs, such as uh, they do everything from teach you how to use the bus to manage your finances to handle, rent, um, deal with emergency situations like what do you do if the fire alarm goes off? Um, I had a cousin who was a vulnerable adult who died during COVID, who wasn't given enough life skills teaching. And when the fire alarm went off in his building, he had a meltdown and had to go back living with his parents. So a lot of parents are not equipped. No one pulls parents aside and says, your kid is going to have a moment in life where they're not going to be able to handle things that comes easily to us. Just the basic thing, like if the fire alarm goes off and you live in an apartment building, you don't run out wearing what you're wearing or nothing, or taking all your things, or freaking out when it's just a test, or people just pull the fire alarm at 2 in the morning. Hi, Annie. Oh, Calgon. I remember those soap commercials. Can you even buy those now? I don't even know. I always wanted to find those, and it had like a little cameo on it. I think the soap was pink. Oh, that would be nice. Yeah, take me away too. That'd be great. How you doing, gorgeous? Love you so much. Here, I got a present for you. Don't forget, just time them out, okay, sweetheart? Here, write something offensive so you can see that you're blue. You can buy them? Okay, Annie, if someone is using inappropriate language or something like that, just time them out for time. Don't hide them, okay? Unless I ask you to. Fair? Okay. So, all right. So, yeah, I was just thinking, cool. So I was just like, now that I see that people are showing this young man's mugshots, and I, thanks, sweetie. I feel bad because this young man is a panel hopper, but he was really, really into VCW. And people were laughing at him, calling him names, and like their regular community. And at one time, people weren't aware of his situation and misunderstood. And I understand that, and I get it. It's cool. But, well, it's not cool, but people, they misunderstood. And now he's been arrested for 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 going after people, and I guess swatting people that they didn't like, I guess JoJo and everything like that, and his cohorts on the internet, I guess his regular panelists and whatnot. No problem. I don't know. It makes me feel bad because there's a lot of vulnerable odd adults that do like to go into our channels, and who are on different levels of the spectrum, some who are very mild, and some people who are somewhere in between, and some people who are just, able to take care of themselves, but who could be manipulated by someone who was a professional grifter, who would seek these people out and take advantage of them financially and emotionally, and that disturbs me a great deal. But when they are living on their own or they're in, group home situations where they go home on the weekend or, stuff like that, where they are given a certain amount of freedom on the computer and they do like to go online. And YouTube is a lot of fun where you can go into chat rooms. Um, a lot of us as creators, big and small, but as smaller creators, we're able to um, have the chat rooms that are smaller that we do get to know people who we can discern who are just there for the drama and do get involved in things that unfortunately do not i- involve them, or they can be influenced by creators who are just trying to uh, cause problems and allow um, vulnerable adults to insert themselves because people give them grace and allow them to um, to come on panel, which is fine, and come into their chat rooms, this is also fine. But people give them a lot more grace than they would someone else, and sometimes they feed them information that may or may not be true, and then they cause havoc in people's chat rooms or do things that are not acceptable, like corn bombing or uh, unacceptable activity or language, or say things that would not be allowed on YouTube. And what people just simply do is just sort of quietly just either block them or not allow them on panel. But in truth, if it was just anyone else, they would report their channel, they would report them, they would take an extra step for their bad behavior. Or they would just be one of these people you just don't let on panel anymore. And they would just block them from their channels and they wouldn't be able to channel surf anymore and do things that are unacceptable. I get it. There's a fine line between grace and shutting down a problem, right? I think when you take advantage of someone who is a vulnerable adult, and some creators make fun of them and go as far as allow them to pay, you know, gift after gift after gift, um, whatever, and make them feel like they're special and, they're your friend when you're a creator, and give them the illusion that they are your very best friend just so they keep paying you is wrong. And people have done it to just anyone, and that's not true. It's wrong. It's wrong. And that's where a lot of creators um, treat their subscribers like commodities and not people. That's disturbing. But morally, I think we have an obligation, just like I don't allow children on my channel. Um, I'm not saying you shouldn't allow them on your channel. That's absolutely not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is if they are giving too much, I think it's your obligation to refund it. Refund it. Because I guarantee you, if they're sending several $1,000s to you or several $100s to you, you have to wonder, where is that money coming from? Because most people cannot afford to give several $100s to you who work full time at very good jobs, who still have mortgages to pay and car payments and have to pay bills and families to support. So you got to wonder to yourself, whose credit card is this? And if it is their credit card, I guarantee they cannot make that payment. So I think we're obligated to return their money. To return their money. That's what I'm trying to say. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Because some money you don't need. Sometimes that money, it's just not okay because taking advantage of people is wrong. That's all I have to say. Okay. That's my opinion. You may not agree with me, and that's your right. And like assholes, we all have them. So, yeah. It's like the people who say that they're homeless and they're not, like they do their lives in their car, you know, and then they get out of their car and they walk into their like $400,000 house, you know? It's those kind of people. Or they do their lives in some kind of random parking lot. They don't shower and, um, they just sort of sit and they look kind of messed up and they're like doing their live in some parking lot and and then they go home and have a shower and they have some place to live or they have a roommate or like they just or you see those people who are asking for money in intersections with signs made out of cardboard and then they collect like $700 and they go home and it's their job. The people who are the professional um people who are professional homeless. They say they are. They stand at corners and say, "I'm homeless. I have nothing to eat." And then at the end of the day, they get into their Mazda GXs and go home. People do this. It is their job. And you can't verify that they may or may not be homeless. You can't verify that that parking lot is where they stay. Where do they sleep? In the middle of the concrete? You know, I'm not trying to be a jerk, but people here have gone as far as renting out homes. I mean, like, what were those people who said the Ace family? They said they had a mansion and the house didn't even have running water. And then the house foreclosed because they didn't even make any payments. Or people who say that this place is their house and it's a set they rent from a small company and they just go there and film once a day. Or people who rent out offices and they have like a set and this is where they vlog. Or, they make a set in their basement where they live with their mom and it looks like a whole different apartment. Hi, Carol. Love you so much. Welcome. People create anything they want on YouTube. Or you hear about these like horrible people who gather up small YouTubers who have followings between like 10 and 5,000 people who make a few $100s a month, and then they gather them up and then have them pay them 80% of what they earn, and then they let them keep like 25% and then pay them minimum wage. And then they all work in a studio and the studio is literally going like 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and everyone has their own time slot and they have like some kind of like company where they have X amount of like popular streamers and they all have their own little area and they stream there. And they've rented out like a basement apartment and every room is their own little like bedroom is their stream yard, like living room, or where their kitchen is where they do cooking videos. I have seen this, and then, they get exposed, or you have one small streamer from England, I think she came out saying that she was getting paid minimum wage plus and she got 25% of her donations, and she worked every single day, and she was grinding out, like, cooking videos, and she only got 25% of her donations and got paid, like, $10 an hour, and she worked 8 hours a day. Can you imagine? And the reason they justified it is because they edited her videos and they put out her, like, posts and everything, and they regulated her channel. It was a business. And they said the reason they did this is because they paid for her space, and they gave her a producer, and they had someone answering her email, like, her comments and everything like that. Like, they basically said, "All you have to do is show up." But she ended up was earning, like, a lot more than she thought. She was earning a lot of AdSense, and she was getting a lot of, like, super thanks that she didn't even know about, and, stuff like this. And you used to hear about these big, like, like, YouTubers where you go and you literally sign your soul for, like, 10 years or something, and then you had no control over all your old material, and then people were part of, like, entertainment news. I mean, I think Rylan Adams was part of one of these things, and he was stuck in this, like, contract for 4 years before he could, like, have his own YouTube channel, and he was making a lot more on his own, and now he has his own, like, podcast and blah, blah, blah. Like, people sign themselves over thinking they're gonna make money, or they join these, what do they call them? Like, these houses where they live in big mansions that are rented out by these companies, and they live like college students in rooms, and then they churn out videos like like the old movie studios of the 20s where they would just make these movies, and they would go on these, like, you know, creator trips to vacation sites, and they would make these, like, long videos that for hours and do whatever they were told and not have their own, like, privacy. And, like, all these random people, like 20 people would be living in a house like Big Brother, and they would be paid based upon how much money they brought in, as, like, they would get, like, sponsorships and then be given a piece of it. And sometimes they would have to, like, use their own money to get by, and they figured, "Well, you have room and board, so you're fine." And they wouldn't even have money to, like, get anything. And if their parents weren't giving them money or something, or they didn't have, uh, you know, money, they were like, given, like, $100 a month or something ridiculous. What they called hype houses. Like, you get a lot of young creators, and they have, like, sometimes huge followings, anywhere, like, hundreds of thousands of people watching them, and they don't realize if they were on their own, they would make enough to buy their own home, and they don't have to live like people living in college dorms. And even kids who live in college dorms, at the most, you have a roommate, and you have, like, your own bedroom, and you just share, you have your own bathroom, excuse me, and you just sort of share a common area. Only the older universities you share a bedroom. Now, the newer universities, you have your own bedroom, your own bathroom, and you share, like, a sitting area, and you share it with one other student. I mean, most of the newer universities, you share a common area or a small kitchen with them, and you have your own bedroom with a lock and your own bathroom. Like I said, like, only the older universities I attended, you only shared a bedroom with someone in your first year of university, because they usually pare down the population. Like, I started off in classes with, like, 2 to 500 students, and then in my second year, I was sitting in a room with 50 to 100. So, like I said, by that time, if you were living in the dorms, you were on your own by second year. That's usually how it went. Because, like I said, only first year students shared a room with another student. By second year, you could be by yourself. That's usually how it went. So, because I couldn't believe it when I started university. I mean, I'm in a room with like 557 people, and then after Christmas, by that time, half the room was empty. Half the room was empty. Badge, how you doing, gorgeous? Love you so much. Yeah. I'm just talking. But there's a lot of like I remember there was a new thing that YouTube put out, and they gave me the option when I became a partner if I wanted to hand over complete control of my channel to YouTube, to a YouTube manager, and to a YouTube editor, and to everything. And I'm like, no, 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 I do not. I want complete control because they'll schedule you. They'll schedule you. Um, Yeah, I'm like, I don't want someone telling me what to do, what to produce, how to do it, when to do it, where to do it, and, for how long. I don't care. Um, I mean, if I became a lot larger, I think I would hire my own people to help me, if that, but I, I wouldn't I wouldn't let YouTube guide me. I mean, they're still sending me stuff, they actually sent me an opportunity to go to the, Olympics, um, just before it got messy, and I discussed it with everyone in my family, and they're like, "No, no, you do not travel." Because there was a at that time, they were doing a possible travel advisory for Canadians, and by the time the Olympics started, there was a travel advisory, no, 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 no. So, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I noticed that. I don't know how to get to 6K now. I don't know what I need to do. I don't know what to do. I don't know how to get to that. Thanks. I don't know how that happened. Um, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. I don't know how to get to that point. I'm kind of at that weird spot. Um, yeah, I they sent me a course to take, YouTube, and I took it, and it didn't help, but I said, "Thank you." Yeah, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. I mean, I could, join Grindr, but I don't think that's gonna help me. Yeah. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. This month, I'm not doing very well. I'm not doing very well. I don't know what to do. Hit the fucking like button until the algorithm goes, I'm doing great. No, just don't know what to do. Um, yeah, yeah. I had a goal of hitting 6K by the end of the month, but, I don't think I'm gonna make it. No, I don't think I'm gonna make it. Oh, well. Um, no, I'm not gonna make it, but that's okay. I tried. I I I did go up to almost n I did hit, 5,900, and then I lost 2. I lost 2 people. It might be because I'm not in the hive, and I don't support them, but that's okay. Maybe if I talk about the same old content, I don't have any content I talk about over and over. I keep changing. Um, yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, I could talk about Lauren, but there's really nothing I have to say about that other than she's, not okay. I have a stalker, but no one's jealous. But apparently I'm jealous of her. Um, I'm after her clout. I'm a narcissist and a gaslighter. And after she walked away from me and left me in the dust, I have never been the same. Yeah. I I've only gone up almost 3,000 subscribers. I guess I suck. Fuck. Just fuck. Let's see. What have I gotten since? Yeah. I mean, the basic consensus is that I did a live like this. She didn't like what one subscriber said. She lost her shit, started deleting people in my chat, and I went, "Oh fuck," and then had to quit. It was around midnight, and then um, I don't remember what she said on a live to me. Like she talked to me afterwards, and she was mad. She didn't apologize. I told her I talked to her the next day. And I was sitting there around midnight. I said, I can't do this. And I already knew some of the fuck shit she was already doing. And I said, I'll discuss this with her the next day. And I took her wrench for the second time. And I said, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. I should have known better. And I had proof she was deleting people. Because the first time I thought that she was doing it, she denied it, and then I was watching really carefully over a couple months, and it was, like, obvious. And, I didn't have as many subs, but when like I said, I was checking my analytics really carefully, and like I said, when it says you have X amount of comments and you don't see any, and I wasn't deleting any, you know. And like I said, I sent them a text. I sent them an email. I said, "How is this possible?" And they said, "Someone is deleting your comments." I said, "Who would be doing that?" And they said, "How many managing mods did you have?" And I said, "One." And they said, "Well, the only person who could do that is your managing mod." And I said, "Uh-huh." And like I contacted them and said, "How is this possible?" And they told me how it's possible. I mean, I wasn't a YouTube partner, but YouTube support. Like when it says like, "Do you need help?" Yeah, I need help. Contact us. Sure. I wrote them an email. They wrote me back. I wrote them. They wrote me back. That's how it works. They answered my question. And then when she started deleting people after having a rage moment, and then she kept insisting I had to fucking delete everyone in my channel. I'm like, God damn it. I just said, fuck this noise. I took a wrench. And she fucking proved my point. Like if she basically proved she was doing it when she calls me after 2:30 in the morning, yelling at me that I took her wrench. Well, how would you know I took your wrench if you weren't trying to do something that required you using your wrench at 7:30 plus your time in the morning when I was sleeping? Like, how would you know your wrench was gone if you weren't trying to use your wrench when it was the middle of the night for me? And that's what I said to her, and she lost her fucking shit. You remember, Pammy, when I said to you that she was, like, removing comments when you and I made up, and you and I were talking about it? Like, when Jabba the Slug was still, like, my managing mod? I mean, you knew, and I was, like, in denial because I just didn't wanna believe it, because I'm a dumb bitch, because I didn't wanna believe my friend did that to me. And I'm talking about how Lauren betrayed my trust. So she didn't have a wrench. She came on my panel the last time and started yelling at me and telling me to not take her kindness as weakness and how she was done with me and all that shit. And I was like, okay. And I asked her if we could please discuss it offline. And she just said, no, we're not discussing it.
I'm not talking to you again. I'm done with you. She did it. Yeah, I am. I mean, like I said, if anyone knows about Lauren, start to finish, it's Pam. Love knows too, but Pam knows the best because Pam and I talked the most from start to finish with Lauren. She was there completely. Pam knows everything. Everything. I mean, she even lied about Pam trying to like say weird fucking shit uh, to her kid. The only thing that Pam did wrong is she just tried to reach me the wrong way. But did she say anything inappropriate? No. She just made a contacting attempt wrong. Other than that, that's it. Because she was trying to reach me on IG. Other than that, that's the only like it's not the worst thing ever. People do that. Also, I don't think her kid was a minor. I think her kid, according to, I think her kid was, I think she was like at the age of majority in England because I think you have to be. It's like here it's 18, there it's younger. But she made it sound like Pam was like some kind of crazy person, and Pam is not a crazy person. Pam is mean as fire if you fuck with her, but Pam is not crazy. I'm crazier than Pam. There's nothing wrong with Pam. And Pam, you gotta give me that cupcake recipe for fuck's sakes, because I'm not good with cupcakes. My mother said I tried to make cupcakes as a kid, and she said I burnt them. So maybe that's why I've never tried cupcakes since, because she said I tried to make them at 9, and she said I burnt the shit out of them. And maybe I have a cupcake problem. Maybe I have I'm blocking it out, but I have not made cupcakes since. Yeah, my mother said I burnt the hell out of some cupcakes. My brother and I used to um, do baking stuff on the weekend. I got much better at it, but my brother and I used to do stuff like that, like for fun. There used to be this television show called Just Like Mom, and they would like show these kids cooking stuff without a recipe. And I think I got it in my head I could do it one day. And I think that's what happened. Yeah. Pammy says, I'm a sweet, lovable person when I'm sleeping. I love Pam. She's so fun. You're nice to the people you like. And if you don't like them, watch the fuck out. Pam's my favorite bitch. Okay. Yeah. Pam, do you want me to send you a link? I'll send it to your channel. Like your IG. We could talk some shit. Hold on, I'll send it to you. Hold on. I'll do this quick. Dude. There. I hope that works. Anywho. Oh my god. Let's double check my volume if it's not fucked up. Every time I leave this, volume gets messed up. Okay, it's fine. Anyway, yeah, but yeah, Pam knows probably all the tea, everything. This woman
is is a library of information. For real, for real. Yeah. I think Pam knows all the dirt on everyone. Like, sincerely. Oh my God. I love that. What was I going to say? Oh, Paula, I missed your live about AC. I have to watch that. I'm looking forward to that. That must be great. I don't understand what's going on. Now, I do love Jamie. I have to admit, I do love Jamie. I do love the Spit Cup. He's really smart. I really love him. Um, I love those bunny ears. I have to admit, he looks adorable. Um, he's funny. And I do like how he's honest about the grift. No sound? Ugh. One sec.
Is that better? Ugh. Is that better, Pammy? Because I send you a link and I get no sound. Is that better, kid? Because YouTube, do better. Is it fixed? I hope it's fixed. Yeah, thank you. Thank you for helping. I appreciate you. Yeah. Ugh, I'm such a dumbass. Pardon me. Excuse me. Pardon me. Excuse me. Yeah. Yeah, I've been playing with AI for my shorts, but I don't know if people like them anymore. I'm not really sure. I have an idea for another short, but I have to wait a couple days because of what I'm working with. It takes a while to get her rolling. It takes a while for it to work the way I want, and I can't churn them out the same way as I used to. So, and I had to make sure it's in time with the music, and it takes time to edit them properly. So it's a little more work. Um, I don't just like find a site and just like it out. I can't do that. It doesn't just do that for me. So yeah, I actually have to work more. So unfortunately, I have to work more. Yeah, yeah, it doesn't just pop out anymore. Instead of just taking a day to do it, it takes me like 2 or 3 days to do it. So, oh well, oh well. I mean, like I said, like they hit, they miss, they hit, they miss. It's okay. And I'm trying to find the right amount of seconds to do it. I don't know. We'll see how it works out. And when Jen asked me to help her, I was like, oh no, I don't know. Once upon a time, when the earth was young and I was in my early to mid 20s, um, you're on the Gator? Like Gatorade? Or I wish I could text you, girlfriend, because, I'd love to compare notes with you. It'd be fun. It would be fun to make a short with you. I'm gonna be honest. It would be fun to collab with you and make a really, really good, like, long style video and collab on it. That would be fun. I would love to make a video with you. I think it would be a lot of fun. Side by side. Yes. Yeah, I think we could create something really fun together. I think that would be fun. And Yeah, that would be fun. 'Cause, sometimes I get inspired and I get something in my head in the middle of the night and, just whoop, I just do it. But I think you and I could come up with something really good. It'd be fun. 'Cause I have a really weird sense of humor, and sometimes I don't know, I get an image in my head and, I just go with it. And you and I like the same music. And I have shared my audio with Lady Paula. I do love to. I love me some Paula. I do. Yeah. You let me know if you wanna borrow some audio. You know I'll say yes. You know it. You know I will. Big bad Paula. Yeah. Deli be mad at me. Deadly be mad at me. Yeah. He likes kicking me off his panel better than ice cream. Ice cream! Yeah, he loves it. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. Maybe I don't know. I think someone like maybe fighting with me is like I don't know. I just don't want to fight with people because I got no reason to. I got no reason to. No one's worth it that much to me. Hmm. But like I've said before, you got to be careful sometimes because the chances of me finding out what people say is high, and the chances of me finding out by myself is extremely high. No one needs to tell me. No, 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 no. But the chances of someone telling me after I've already found out is also extremely high. So when I do listen to it for myself, you better be careful. Check yourself before you break yourself because I guarantee you, I will. I might. The possibility. Oh, I might say something and you might not like it. Mm-mm. No, no. I do love to drag a bitch. I really do. But Paula, when Queen came up on your panel and then Maria had some kind of like, I don't, what, what happened there? What happened there? You know? And then the wingman flew in. The wingman flew in. Mm. And like, it was on like Donkey Kong, as Sly says. And I was like, what? And she was like, when you yell, when you're on StreamYard, you can't yell because it cancels yourself out. Even if people are muted and you yell, you cancel yourself out because StreamYard the audio can't handle when someone loses their shit and starts yelling. I've learned that. Because I've lost my shit. And if you start yelling or your connection is sort of and her audio was not happy that day. Like Maria's audio was not happy that day. And I'm going to say this. And please, YouTube gods, forgive me. Please forgive me. Please forgive me. Because Maria did post this on her channel. So if anyone wants to go back and look, there was a live. There was a live that Jen had on her channel. And she was saying that, oh God, I can't remember the name of this troll was, but Jen said it was her. Jen said this was Maria, and this was a person that she posted looked like a gorilla at one time or another. I don't know if people remember. Like Maria said that this person looked like a gorilla. She put it on her channel, and it was Well, it was cumbersome, shall we say? Cumbersome to the point that she did not want to be she didn't want people to know that she said that this person looked like a gorilla, like a monkey. It was it was let me just say that. So, for whatever reason, Jen felt that this troll was Maria. Well, Maria was watching Jen's live from the bushes, and Carrie was modding at the time, and um, Maria contacted Carrie by IG and basically was crass, insisting that Carrie tell say to Jen that it wasn't her, and to tell Jen in the chat that it wasn't Maria, and to stop it right now. And it got to the point where the messages were going back and forth, and Carrie hadn't just had not blocked Maria on IG because Carrie's a nice person, and yeah, and it got to the point where Maria said that if she doesn't say that it's not her, that she was going to call Alice, and like that she was going to call Jen's parents-in-law. Now, I don't know about anyone else, but I've heard Maria say on her own, online, that she was going to contact Alice and all that several times, like even before this happened. So she was basically and Carrie's a peacekeeper. She doesn't want anything bad to happen to anyone. To anyone. She would do this for anyone. So she was basically like, oh, just you better you know, you need to put on your channel that what you're saying, because I'm gonna say that you're my IG and you're saying this shit. Now Maria did put this on her channel, saying that she was texting Carrie and telling her to tell Jen that it wasn't her. But even though she said to Carrie that she wouldn't contact Alice if she did this, she was telling her what to do. You better do this. Carrie did what she asked. Well, Carrie did what she insisted, right? Now, in my opinion, it's emotional blackmail, like manipulation, because we all know that Carrie's like wouldn't want anything bad to happen to Jen. And even though Carrie did what she asked, and I use the word asked. Oh, hi, Chris. Welcome back. How you doing, mate? Welcome back, honey. Nice to see you. Even though she did what she asked, Maria blocked her after she did what she asked. And as far as I know, she contacted Alice anyway. I don't know what happened with that. Or at least she called her, from what I've been told. Who knows? Now, I don't know this for a fact. I wasn't there. I was not in Maria's house. I don't wiretap. So I don't know what the fuck is going on. But that's not fair. Now, if anyone was harassing any of my moderators to have someone say, I'm not this particular troll, I would say, Ignore it. Like, it's not a big fucking deal. You protect yourself from any kind of bullshit. I wouldn't appreciate anyone bothering any of my moderators, any of my subscribers, any of my friends, because it's just bullshit. Who cares what anyone may or may not think, Jen included? Because Jen has a thing about, like, she thinks so and so is always so and so and so and so and so and so. She thinks one day it's Sophie, next day, like one day she thinks Lori Darlin is Sophie, next day she thinks it's Camden, or I don't know. Like, personally, it doesn't really matter. I mean, who gives a shit? I mean, a troll is a troll is a troll. If they are becoming obtuse or abusive, my only advice to Jen is time them out. If they keep coming back and harassing you, no crying in baseball, 3 strikes, you're out. Hide them. Hide them. Ignore it. If you don't react, it doesn't matter. It's just YouTube. I mean, unless they're breaking terms of service or they're going out of their way to say things that are inappropriate or things you just really do not want to discuss, you hide them. If they continuously come back, I mean, you time them out. If they continuously they've been timed out with you, then make the executive decision and hide them yourself. You know? I mean, that's the only advice I can give to anyone. If they continuously come back under another name, but it's obviously them, you hide that sock account too. There's nothing else you can do. I mean, if someone is determined to be nasty and scandalous and obnoxious, it's just easier to time them out and then eventually hide them. If they've earned the privilege of being hidden, then so be it. But guessing, saying, "Oh, you're so and so and so and so," you're basically giving them what they want, which is attention. And if they are not a specific individual, then all you're doing is, well, you're not being fair to the person who you say they are being. Even if you hate their guts. I mean, even if, like, it's someone you really don't like, if it's not that person, well, it's kinda like defamation. There's a fine line between, being that, just giving it back, doling it back out, dishing it back out, to saying it's someone who it may not be. So just leave it alone. Yeah, block them. Exactly. I mean, it doesn't matter, you know? If you can, they do it, then just don't do it. Just don't pay attention to them. It's not worth it. But guessing it's so and so and so and so, right? You're giving the troll what they want, which is basically a reaction. You're giving them the reaction they crave. And Maria freaking out and acting triggered about it, now you're doubling down on what the troll wants. Is they're saying the name of an old subscriber that she was not being a lady about, not being polite about, and may or may not have done something that she shouldn't have. I choose not to discuss that. And she's showing that she's still affected by it and how it triggered her. And then by being obtuse to Carrie and demanding she XYZ do this, that, and the other thing, and demanding you tell Jen. I mean, if she was polite, she could have contacted Jen herself on IG and said, "Hey, Jen, that's not me. You know, I don't know who that is." And if they were just polite to each other as creators, then Jen would have said, "Oh, okay, that's not you. I get it." You know? And it would have been over. It would have been over. You know, because if a creator who knew me just contacted me on IG and said, "That's not me. That's just some troll," you know what? I would have believed it and just left it alone and treated them like a troll and just timed them out. Because if someone goes to the point of saying that's not me, then it means enough to that creator that's contacted you and said that's not me, and they're being polite and they're being mature about it and they're being an adult, and then you should also be an adult and accept what they're saying and leave it alone. But, you know, it doesn't really matter. Even if it is, it doesn't matter. But it looks like everyone got the reaction they wanted. The troll got a double reaction from Jen and from the person they were hoping was watching in the bushes, which was Maria. And they got the exact reaction they wanted, one from Jen and the other from Maria. So whoever was that troll, well done. You did exactly what you wanted. And the fool, the real person that they wanted, I think, in this case, was Maria. Oh, how Maria fucking got spurged out because of that name of that person she called a gorilla. What was that person that Maria was being a jerk about? That troll in Jen's chat? Can you refresh my memory? Because she did admit to it on her own channel. Prisoner? Yeah. So that's what triggered her. The troll using the name Prisoner. And I think that troll got a double reaction. One from Jen, who is infamous for wanting to guess who everyone is, and Jen did what she does, which is guess that that person was Maria, but was incorrect. And Maria, who watches Jen from the bushes, uh, overreacted, had an emotional response, went after you for the wrong reasons, and just made herself look, well, reactive. So whoever was that troll went after the two people they wanted, Maria and Jen. Oh, Mufonga? Mufonga. Yeah, that's what it was, Care Bear. It was Mufonga. That's exactly who it is. You're right. Mufonga. Yeah, that made her just spurg right out. Yeah, she had a complete and total crash out and then lied to you and did exactly what she said she wouldn't do. So hit the fucking like button and tell the algorithm goddess I'm still worthy of your love because, well, she lied. Yeah, she went after Queen on Paula's channel just for breathing. Maria didn't come after you. She DM'd you and asked you to tell Jen to stop saying that and stop mentioning her family. Yeah, but you know what? I think, in my opinion, I think as creators, we should be able to contact each other and act like adults and be able to politely say to each other, "Excuse me, that wasn't me. Could you please stop saying that?" Because if someone DM me in IG and said, "Excuse me, Rochelle, that's not me. Please stop saying that," um, I would. You know, I wouldn't want anyone harassing you, Carrie, or bothering you, or interrupting your day, or interrupting you, whatever you may or may not be doing, because I think that's not your responsibility. I think anything that I may be saying in my live stream is my responsibility, not yours. So if I'm making a mistake, that would be my error, you know? I don't think that's your responsibility. I think that's mine. I think it's mine, you know? I think it's mine. And if I make a mistake saying something on my live stream, I think I should be the one owning up to it and backing the fuck up and apologizing for it. She also ultimately told me to forget trying because she's contacting the in-laws anyway. Correct. That's right. But she also said to do it or she would do it. But she did it anyway. Even though you did what she well, I said ask, but it sounded like demanded. Cuz it's not nice to demand things. Like I don't think you had a choice, you know? I feel like you didn't have a choice in the matter. It was like, "Do this or I'm gonna do this." But she did it anyway, didn't she? I just don't see why other people on YouTube feel they have the right to go real life at all. To go real life at all. I was trying to help Jen and it didn't help. Yeah, you were. You were. You were trying to be a good friend and it didn't it backfired on you. Yeah. I mean, I tried to be good to Kyra and it backfired on me. Yeah. I um I just think that we should all remember that we're all adults. I myself am 51 years old and I think Miss Maria is well, Mrs. Maria is older than I am, and she should know better. She should know better because, in my opinion, um, I think it's not really our prerogative, and it feels like telling someone's mom on you. Mom. You know, I just don't see why it's Maria's business to call anyone's in-laws, and I don't think it's fair to anyone's in-laws to be involved in any kind of YouTube bullshit. I don't think it is really fair to anyone's in-laws, and, you know, if both my parents were still with us, I don't think my parents would appreciate that, and I don't think it's fair to them. I mean, I certainly don't think it's fair to anyone's parents because my parents are well, my mother is older, and it's not fair. I wouldn't harass anyone's parents or parent or family or contact anyone's family regarding anyone's YouTube bullshit to get vengeance or be belligerent or to get any kind of justice or to expose or to like, I'm going to tell on you because that's going too far. No good deed goes unpunished. That's true, darling. You're right, Paula. I think, speaking from personal experience, I think that's fair to say. Speaking from personal experience, every time I try to be kind or, I mean, when I have been kind, a lot of the times, um, when it's a good friend, I do help, but I have been burned before. But I find that when I have been burned, usually it's a second round draft pick kind of thing where I have been kicked in the face emotionally and I've given someone a second chance and it comes back to burn for a second time and it hurts so much worse because as we all know, when we burn ourselves, And if you like wash your hands under hot water, it really fucking hurts. So I think it's one of those kind of situations. It was impossible. It was an impossible situation, says Carrie. I did my best to try and de-escalate the situation, and it didn't work. Yeah, yeah. I always find that. But you know what, Carrie? I find that she inserted herself into you. Like she put herself in your DMs, and she made you insert yourself in a situation. Like it was like you didn't insert yourself. She instigated the situation where she forced you to insert yourself, because I think you would have not inserted yourself to de-escalate any situation. Um, if you choose on your own and your own prerogative to insert yourself, then you can say, well, I made a mistake. It was my decision. Um, I'll think twice. But when someone sort of comes into your DMs and says, you need to do this, and um, uses your kindness as a weapon against you to insert yourself in a situation, it's a whole different animal there. So when people make you, um, they use your kindness and your love and your decency as a weapon against you. And then they use you as sword and shield. Then I think in your situation, because it wasn't your decision and she used you as a sword and shield and held you as a quote unquote meat shield to do her dirty work, and then went back on her word saying, I won't call the parents if you do this, and then did it anyway. Um, you were used. You were chattel. You were cannon fodder in the situation. And she didn't give a fuck whether it may or may not have affected you emotionally or affected a friendship or affected how it made you look. Maria and I have history, and she knows Jen and I are friends. And I think she thought I could help the situation. I don't think so at all. I think she just wanted you to make sure she was not connected with the word mofongo at all because of the way it made her look. And I think she was more concerned with her reputation and the way people would look at her. I don't think she gave a fuck about your history. I think she used it against you. And I think she used the open door she had in your IGs, in your IG DMs, because the moment she felt that your use for her was over, she closed that door. Um, I think that is a classic situation of someone using another person for their own, um, well, just basically just using people. Like when she felt that your use was over, it was over, you know? I'm an adult, says Carrie, and I could have told Maria no, but I didn't want Jen to get hurt, so you did it. Yeah, I understand that. See, your reasons were true and honest, but her reasons were um, self gratification and uh, protection regarding her connection to the subscriber Mofongo and the connotations it had on her reputation regarding the post she made about her and the way it made her look. And she didn't want anyone to remember that. So she didn't want anyone remembering what she did to that subscriber. Because if memory serves me correctly, I don't think Mofongo was a content creator, just simply someone who used the internet and enjoyed YouTube. And she was worried that people would connect the dots. See, Jen didn't remember. Not really. But you and I do. And Maria did. And she was concerned as she watched from the bushes, that when Jen didn't quite connect the dots completely correctly, when she said that Mofongo was Maria, she remembered that Maria was connected to that name somehow, but she didn't remember how. And that's why Maria had a meltdown and panicked and contacted you, Carrie, and used your kindness as a weakness to her own benefit. If you, I'm not sure she closed the door. I'm not IG stupid, but you know that. I do. I do. I know that. Too bad other people think that. Totally understandable, Carrie, says Paula. Yeah. I just it I think the situation is not the word I would use. I think unfortunate would not be the word I would use. I think the word would be um, unnecessary and concerning. That would be the word, concerning. Because honestly, I think if she just left it alone and didn't bring any attention to it, I don't think anyone would have caught it. Hi, Wanda. How are you? Welcome to chat. Miriam was more upset about whatever was said about her family before I even was in there. I honestly don't know what was said before I even came in there. Honestly, I don't know either. And she reacted to quote unquote family connections regarding George. Uh, like she started having issues about quote unquote family connections when George was just talking in Paula's chat not so long ago, and he wasn't really even discussing her family. He was discussing how people bring other people's family into YouTube bullshit. And she took it to be something completely different. Um, See, this is what I'm talking about, where people have listening issues. And what I think what happened is maybe someone contacted her and said, George is talking about your family. And he was talking about how people uh, post pictures of people's family, post people pictures about other people's family, and post situations about his family and his family's names and his family's information, and then bring other people's families into it. And they should not post things about other people's children. And people in the chat were saying, yeah, people should leave other people's babies out of it, including myself. And she started going off about her family and this and that, when the chats and George's basic opinion was we should leave people's families out of it. And I think when she got in there and started losing her cool, was I think it was another broken telephone thing where someone probably contacted her and said, George is talking about your family, when George was basically saying people's families, their information, their names, photographs. And he was talking about how someone had brought up one of his nephew's information and his nephew's picture, his nephew's information and picture. And in my opinion, the person who was talking the most about family issues and their family was George. He was discussing his family and his opinion about his family and how his family was doxxed, how he was doxxed, and how his information was dragged through the internet, and how he may have said, I'm going to do this to you, but never did. As like, well, you did this to me, I should do this to you. I should do this to you, but never did, and how Just Jules said that he contacted her father, but he never did. He was trying to say, I never did this stuff. I have never done this. I don't plan to, like, I have not done this. I could do this, but I don't do this. Yeah. Oh, it was Paula's live with Queen. Was that yesterday, honey? Yeah. Paula says, "That's what I had heard him saying too." That's exactly what I heard, because I didn't hear him saying that he was going to do anything to Maria, that he had done anything to Maria. I heard him discussing his personal experiences and what had happened to him and his family and his brother and his parents, and how his obituary with his family, his parents had been read, his father. And you know what? I can relate to that. Not to the extent George has experienced, because he has been dragged through the mud, his family, the nonsense on with several different people doing this to him. And in my opinion, Queen has been um, unnecessarily, unjustly um, treated for no reason, and and mostly, and he's targeted because he is a minority and part of the gay community, and doesn't hide it. And that's, you know, he's a gay black man. He's got a double target on his back. Oh, yeah, she wants your link, Paula. Can you do that? I don't know. You know what, Carrie? I can send it to you on IG. No worries. I don't know if old school YouTube will do it. Um, it's it's bitchy. You can try, Paula, but I don't know. Give me a second. I want an ice cube. Hold that thought. Yeah, Paula, if you can do it, if pretty please. Oh, don't worry about it. I can do it later. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you. Yeah. Coke. The kind you drink. Yeah. So, yeah. It's been quite a trip. Oh my God! Thank you, Care Bear. Clock it. Yeah. You've been clocked. I've been clocked. Have I been clocked? I have to show my punim now. Oh yeah, yeah. Will it work for me? No. My camera's not working. Oh no. YouTube. I'm sorry. I love you so much, girlfriend. My camera's not working. I can't even like show my face. Thank you. Oh, thank you. Yeah, you know what I look like. Yikes. Why isn't my camera working? Ugh. Ew. Well, my restream is fussy and my camera won't work. Well, at least you can hear me. Thank you, Carrie. Oh, yeah, Carol's Clip channel. I love it. Yeah, it is doing good. I love it. I love it a lot. I watch it. I'm subscribed. Oh, yeah. Please subscribe to me so I can hit 6,000 subscribers. I would really like to hit 6,000 subscribers before I hit 52. That would be really neat. Yeah. One day when I grow up, maybe I'll get 100,000 subscriber button. Yeah, right. Oh, yeah, Carol, you're the best. Uh, I was like trying to make a sticker to represent you in my short about you and Paula, and I'm like, I want to make her into a goddess with a German Shepherd, and YouTube wouldn't do it for me. They're like, they kept making you into Jesus. I'm like, no, no, she's not Jesus. She's a goddess. And they're like, Jesus? I'm like, no. They're like, Jesus? I'm like, okay, just make her into a girl with a German Shepherd. Yeah, YouTube kept making you into Jesus. I don't know. You must be really good because YouTube kept making you into Jesus. I don't know. Is there something about you we don't know, girl? Yeah, I know, right? I'm like, Carol's a goddess. And they're like, Jesus? I'm like, no, no, no. I'm like, Paula's a cowgirl and Carol's a goddess. And they're like, Jesus? I'm like, no. So right now, my AI program thinks you're Jesus. Yeah. Um, yeah. I it's okay. I got you programmed as a pretty girl with a doggy. Oh, the meat police are coming? Uh-oh. Damn. Thank you for coming in, Care Bear. I love you. Oh, Lord. I'm problematic. Times 10 million. I'll talk to you later tonight. We can gossip. All right. Thanks for coming in. I love you so much. I'll talk to you later, sis. Yeah, I don't even know how long I've been on. Wow. Okay. Thanks. Thank you for speaking in a southern accent because now everyone understands you. According to Kyra, no one understands anyone unless you speak in a southern accent. That's why everyone understands what Carol and Paula and Carrie are saying. Hit that fucking like button and tell them the algorithm goddess, I'm worthy of your love. Oh my gosh. Bye. Oh my goodness. I'll be all right. Anyway, so let's see. Oh, this week I plan to do another midnight run. So I will be having a late night live so I can be as scandalous as I like to be. Um, yeah. Yeah. I don't know when I plan to do my midnight run. It could be in a couple days. It could be over the weekend. I'm not really sure. I might have a poll and you guys can decide. So that's what I'll do for you guys. You guys can choose. Oh yeah, Kyra the Brainiac. Yeah, she is the one to lead us to salvation, like the Scientologists. Yeah. Uh, mm, yeah. Bless her heart, says Carrie. Yeah. Well, yeah, bless her heart. Yeah. I don't know. Well, I'll tell you something. I'll have her on my live about the same time I have Lauren back here. So don't hold your breath. You'll suffocate. You'll suffocate. Um, mm, yeah. And if you're really lucky, maybe Carrie will join me and some of you because I think I'll have a midnight run on Restream. I was looking into StreamYard and I was reading like how I could pay for it, and they said you can pay in American dollars or rupees. I'm like, rupees? What do you mean rupees? Like Indian rupees? Like South Asian rupees? So I'm thinking, what? What do you mean rupees? So I have the choice. I can pay in rupees or American dollars. I have never thought I had two choices to make. So remember, guys, if you want to subscribe to StreamYard, you can pay by two methods. You can pay in American dollars or rupees. Uh, rupees. You want to fight, don't you? Don't even think about having them on. Yeah, right. I'd rather be set on fire and left to burn. And you can try and put me out with broken glass. See how that works. Yeah. Fight me, bitch. Yeah. Costly. Yeah. I wonder how many rupees it would be. So let's do the math. Ugh. It's a lot. The price has gone up. Uh, yeah, it's expensive for me. It costs me more than it costs you because I went. Oh, the meat police are waving you in. Okay, have a good day. Night. Well, I'll talk to you later. Well, tomorrow, technically. The meat police don't release her until after midnight. Remember rules. Remembers for me, but not for thee? Oh, fuck yeah. You could try StreamYard for free, but no, they don't give you 20 hours a month for Canadians. No, I get 2. Let's count how many hours I get. 1, 2. For 7 days, for a 7-day trial, I'll get 2 whole hours. Wow. 2 hours, huh? That's great. 2 hours. Thanks for noticing me. Fuck. StreamYard. Don't give me all that fun for free. Ugh. Yeah. I wonder how much 2 hours for free cost in rupees. Yeah. 2 hours. I don't know if I could use all those hours in 7 fucking days. Jesus Christ. And guess how many people I can have on panel for 2 hours? 1, 2. Oh, well. Don't threaten me with a good time. Yuck. Yeah, and you know what I can do on those 2 hours? I can have no backgrounds and, nothing. Uh, well, Don't threaten me with a good time. Yeah. To upgrade to 4 seats is $20 a month. Not for me, honey. No, it cost me twice as much. That's right. In American dollars. Apparently, the fact my ass is in Canada means I get they charge me twice as much. Yeah, twice as fucking much. And I don't even want to tell you how much it costs for 10 people because it is cringe fucking city. Yeah. The only way it becomes semi-reasonable, and I use the word semi loosely, um, for the bargain basement price of 64 fucking American dollars a fucking month, if I pay for the entire year at once. Like, what the fuck? Why is it more expensive for me? That's what I want to know. That's what I want to know. Yeah, I think I will try Streamlabs because StreamYard can go fuck itself. StreamYard can go fuck itself. Because I said, "Hi, how much would it cost for the they said, "But you can call us and tell us your situation and we can do a rate for you." So I told them their situation and they sent me an email saying, "For 7 days you can get it for free and this is what you get." And I'm like, 2 whole hours and 2 people, huh? For the whole fucking month? For a 7-day trial? Wow. And you want me to pay $49.99 for 4 people? And it's not unlimited time. No, I have a restriction. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna try Streamlabs because StreamYard can go fuck itself. Everyone's like, "Get StreamYard, Rochelle. Restream sucks." And I'm like, "Okay, I'll go check it out." Because Hellbilly was mad, and I'm like, "Okay, I'll check out Streamlabs because yeah, I will definitely look at that because StreamYard, when I started out on YouTube like a million years ago, like over, oh wow, like 11, almost 12 years ago, everyone was using StreamYard. They are expensive. I don't know why people are using I'm stuttering. StreamYard because they are expensive and I don't see anything that great about it. Are you using StreamYard? Streamlab, excuse me. Yeah, because StreamYard is fuck you, StreamYard. You can shove your duck where where the sun doesn't shine. Like I said, quack, 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 meow, meow, meow. Can you hear me? No, I ain't paying you any fucking rupees. And why are you like, it makes me realize that this company isn't in America. They're in India. Yeah, well, StreamYard is not in America. If they're accepting rupees, it, I don't think they're in America. I think they're in India. Because why would an American company want rupees? Because usually you can sort of tell where a country is situated by the currency they accept, you know? And like Canada would not be accepting rupees. I mean, usually companies either accept like they'll allow you to pay in like some companies are a little more uh refined and they'll say you can pay in the currency that you use and they'll like translate the currency in your own dollars. So they'll see that you're from Canada and they'll say this is how much it costs in your money. And they'll at least they'll do the currency equivalency. And then they'll give you a deal based upon the fact that you're situated in different countries. So it seems slightly more reasonable instead of just like converting the currency for you. They'll say, well, you're in Canada, so if it costs like $40 American, they'll say it's like $45 Canadian for you. So not as dear, you know? Um, Restream does that, so it's not as, like, yikes. Um, they adjust the prices. Like, I pay a lot, but not, like, a lot, you know? They adjust the prices, so, yeah, I pay like, they're American, but they adjust the prices to Canadian dollars, and, they don't just do the exchange rate, they reduce it a little bit. So instead of it being like, if it's like, for example, $50 American, they'll make it like $60 Canadian. So it's not that horrible, because 50 American would be like 75 Canadian, you know? So they reduce it slightly so it's not as horrible as it normally would be. Yeah. So, companies that have a lot of Canadian users, what they'll do is they'll adjust their prices. So if you use it, if you've been a customer for several months, they'll adjust it for you. They'll take like 20% off or something. So like I said, the it's not just a currency um, adjustment. They'll adjust it based upon where you live, and give you so much percent off. So it's not so bad. But like I said, when a company says, "Oh, they're not just they have some form of price adjustment, so it's not that brutal." But if Streamlabs is like, "Oh, you can pay in, rupees or yen or, American dollars, and, oh, Canada, you can go fuck yourself. We want $75, $80 Canadian." I'm like, "Forget you." And you can only use it for 16 hours a week or something. Because this Restream, I can use as much as I want, and I get all like, because I'll get like the top, like the most I can get, because I don't like limitations. I don't like to be told what to do. If I'm going to pay for a service, I want to get the most I can get out of the service. I don't like to be told what to do, because if I'm going to use it, I'm going to use it to the most like as much as I want, as long as I want, with all the benefits they have and all the privileges they have and all the cute little bells and whistles. I want them all. So you have Streamlab, Riverside, and StreamYard? Or do you have StreamYard and not Streamlab? Okay, so is Streamlab any good, Paula, or does it suck? Because I'm gonna have a look-see. I don't know. You've tried Streamlab? What did you think of Streamlab? Does it work well for your American? Well, I was gonna say, does it work well for your American audience? Listen to me, because I'm thinking of using it to make it easier for American audience, members to come up on panel. Because Muggsy was struggling with Restream, and Hellbilly was struggling with Restream. You're not using it. I'm gonna have a look, see what it's doing right now. But I don't know. I'm tempted to see what's available out there right now. I might try a whole new different platform as an alternative to make it easier for the American audience to come up on panel, because Restream is not behaving. And now I know why it takes so long to download stuff, because they're in frickin' India, which is annoying Because at least with old school YouTube, there is a Canadian head office. It doesn't take forever. But with Restream, it takes forever. It takes forever. Because I'll tell you something, distance distance makes a difference, for me at least. Yeah, I think I will explore that because, wow, it's getting annoying, and it's frustrating. It's frustrating people who want to come up with a panel, and I can't have that. I have a bit of weather, and it doesn't matter how efficient my internet is. It doesn't matter that I have the best I can get. It doesn't matter how fast it is or how steady it is or nothing. If my if the platform I use for my live stream is faulty, it's frustrating. It's frustrating for me and it's frustrating for you guys, and I can't have that. I really don't want to give StreamYard my business. They are I don't know. Also, I asked for like a deal regarding business. I wanted their business tier, and they sent me like it was like they didn't read what I wrote. They just sent me like, try it for free. I don't want to try it for free. I don't want to do it for 2 fucking hours. I want a deal. Like, cut through the bullshit. Fuck you. Talk to me like a person. I want to discuss business with you. I don't want to try it for free like a dumbass. Like, shut the fuck up. I don't know. I might try it for free just to see what happens. But ugh. I wonder what happens if I decide to pay them in rupees. I wonder if the exchange rate might be better. Wouldn't that be ironic, huh? Sometimes that might work out in my favor. I should check out the Canadian Stock Exchange and see how much the rupee's worth. See how much they want in rupees. Probably costs the same. Anyway, I think I'll go. Guys, remember to treat everyone the way you want to be treated. Take care of yourself and each other. Thank you for stopping in. Uh, and remember, the Lady Rochelle loves you so much. And it looks like I'm going to be checking out different streaming platforms just to see what I see, because you never know. And remember, be yourself, because well, I got no problems with a lot of people who hang out in the hive, but and go where you want, watch what you want, talk where you want, comment where you want. It's fine by me. I'm not God, and I go where I want, so why shouldn't you? So that's cool with me. I mean, this is my channel is Switzerland. I'm a kumbaya a Canadian. I don't care. As long as you get along with each other, I'm fine with that. But just remember, you know, I don't care. So why should you? Right? Just remember, I'm not telling you where to go. But yeah, I'm not a gatekeeper, and I never was. My problem is with people who gatekeep. Just because I'm in someone else's chat doesn't mean I'm a piece of shit. And I don't feel that way about other people who go into other people's chats. So don't be afraid to go into other people's chats. You shouldn't be told where to go by a creator. You go where you want. You chat where you want. You should be able to go where you want. You're an adult. And the only person in my mind who had any right to tell you what to do, at least when you were a kid, were your parents. And we're all adults now. Oh, Becky was live this morning? What do you mean Becky has live in the morning? I don't understand. Huh? Oh, she had a live this morning? I should go check that out. But yeah, go do what you want. But if a creator tells you if you go into someone else's room, you're not welcome back, then maybe you should decide for yourself why they're telling you what to do. Because it's just YouTube, man. And I don't think your mind and your choice should be taken from you. You go do what you want. And YouTube is a free for all. You should be able to watch and go where you want. You should be able to talk where you want. And then if a community in one particular channel is willing to freeze you out or treat you like shit just because you wanted to go watch someone else, because that happened to me with Bambi, because I just went to go check out Sophie. And someone else's beef, if a creator has beef with someone else, that's their problem. That's a them problem, not a you problem. Their fight doesn't have to be yours, because the argument or the dispute or whatever's going on with them, that's not your fight. You can be a friend, you can be supportive, but a disagreement that a creator has had with someone that goes back a week, a month, a year, 2 years, 10 years, you didn't do anything wrong. You're just there. You just breathe. You can go where you want. Being a right fighter doesn't make you right, just makes you look like you don't think for yourself. That's my opinion, and I'm sticking to it. Hey, Judge. That's right, Judge. You go where you want. Hi, Daniel. Welcome to chat. Oh, Becky's live is tomorrow morning? Okay, cool. I'll go check it out. Happy Tuesday, Daniel. Happy Tuesday. Yeah, so just remember, when creators dispute with another, it's about their personal dispute. I don't think people's subscribers should be taken with them, because subscribers is what makes your channel worth watching. And without subscribers, we wouldn't be here. We wouldn't have a channel. And, when a ship hits an iceberg, just because the ship is going down doesn't mean everyone has to go down with you. Because last time I checked, the captain tells the passengers to get on lifeboats to safety, not to die with them. Because the last person to go down with the ship is the captain, because it's not the passengers who, tell the crew where to steer. It's the captain. That's the only person responsible for whether the ship gets safe to port or not. So the only error made is the captain, just like I'm the captain of my own ship. But my subscribers make the choice whether to go on that journey with me. But I don't tell my passengers when to eat, when to dance, when to sleep, when to go on and off and check out the itinerary of the day. I mean, if they want to swim with the dolphins, they go right ahead. It's not my choice what they do, because they get on that ship to enjoy themselves. They get on that ship to enjoy the food, to enjoy the music, to enjoy the casino. Whether or not they want to sit at the champagne bar or not, hey, that's their choice. They pay their money, or they get on for free because it's a gift. Whether or not they decide to be in the luxury cabin or not, that's their choice. But if that ship hits an iceberg, well, that's not the passenger's fault. That's the captain's fault. Because I'll tell you something, if a captain told me on the ship that I got on willingly, and I wasn't allowed to enjoy what was available to me on that cruise ship, what was available to me at every port we stopped at, I would be resentful, wouldn't you? Because I got on willingly, and whether or not I want to get off or not is my choice. You had a girlfriend named Shep. She had a lot of passengers while I was working. Well, I'll tell you something. When you get a when you get a cabin on a cruise ship, they ask you if you're, alone or you have a guest. And I'll tell you something. If I paid for a guest to join me in a cabin, I wouldn't want anyone else joining me because it's just for you and them to enjoy that small space together. Just saying. Those cabins can be pretty small. I guarantee having a party of 10 in there would get kind of crowded, don't you think? So, if someone told me, if I was a creator and I told people who came to talk with me for a while that anyone who came in here, they were mine. They weren't allowed to go play with others. I guarantee they wouldn't want to come back because eventually people get resentful. But if they want to be of one mind and one soul, I don't know about you, but when it comes to love, there's only one Bisharet, only one half of your soul. And you may have 10, 100, 2,000 subs. That's a lot of pieces of your soul. And if you divide yourself up that small, how much real attention and love can you give all those people? Not that much. So I'm just saying. I mean, you can't watch everybody. You can't watch everybody. And if people are watching all your subscribers that close, or they're that afraid and have to sit in the bushes just to see what's going on, and they're that nervous that they can't enjoy themselves on YouTube, that doesn't sound like much fun to me. Not really. Are they going to make a sock account so they can actually participate? It's a lot of effort to have just a little bit of freedom. I don't know. I'd rather go around with my own name, my own account, and go to any channel I please. And if any creator told me that if I went to anyone's channel and I wasn't welcome back, well, I'll tell you. I'll tell you what I do because I've already done it. Because Bambi tried to tell me what to do with my own channel and tell me where to go. And, well, I'm an adult. I don't like people telling me what to do because that's not friendship. And I can think for myself. And I don't like people telling me what to do because I didn't do anything wrong. And her beef with Sophie was not my beef. And my friendship should not have, well, strings attached. So I don't see why people's subscription and them just simply coming to a channel just to watch you should have strings attached. And that's called emotional manipulation and gaslighting and gatekeeping. And that is my opinion. And with that, I say goodbye. Have yourself a good night. And remember, I love you so much. Until then, we're all in our villain era. Take care now.